My question is, do you goon in the workplace, Mr. Bossman?
Do you goon in the workplace? He says, as I see it, he does.
Oh my
Oh my god, he
Without
goes in
a
the
doubt.
workplace. Books, ready up.
I'm not ready? Oh, that didn't...
Let's go.
Welcome to Sock Court.
Hello, one and all.
We're
What is
waiting
this
for Kimmy to
red
decide the
button?
charges.
Write down
Moment.
info.
You were right.
Humongous is accused of gooning on Maine. Interesting.
Excuse
Oh,
the
dear.
what?
Shall I start my opening statement?
Yes, you will get a minute. Go.
Okay, so I was chilling on the Discord, and then I noticed pictures popping up, and these pictures had big titties. I did not approve of this. I was looking respectfully, but I felt uncomfortable after 30 seconds of staring, and I realized that it was humongous, and
Yes.
and I just didn't appreciate it.
Okay. And what exactly is gooning? If you would like to explain to the crowd.
Gooning, if no one knows, is the term for when you are slinging your slong by yourself.
Slinging your song by yourself. Okay, and that is my definition for gooning now. Okay. Okay, defense. You get a minute.
Fabulous. First of all, Your Honor, I would like to say that my client.
Sorry.
Oh, there's breaking news! Slinging.
Okay, please continue.
Okay, now you get a minute.
Oh, oops! I didn't mean to do that.
What'd you do?
I,
What do you
I,
do?
I skipped my turn. Your Honor, I can
Yes,
say with complete
yes.
surety that my client was not slinging his slong on Discord.
Okay.
If you'll take a look at my client's face, you think this is the face of somebody who would sling their slong?
I can't
But
use my
his
powers
name,
on
his
the...
name is humongous. So it does check with them saying it was a huge schlong.
Well, okay, actually, that's a common misconception. His slong isn't big. He is just big. His slong is average size, so actually it is very small.
Small slong. And would you like to explain how you know this such small schlong?
Yeah. So in the
Yes.
course of the investigation leading up to this court hearing, he had medical exams by a veterinarian who confirmed that in fact, though Humongous's size is enormous. Or
Bailiff, is this true? Was humongous vetted by a veterinarian?
I do not believe he was.
Oh, okay, a lie in court. Okay.
How? Okay, I would like
Was
to.
not vetted.
How would the bailiff know? Surely you should ask.
I trust my bailiff for all my decisions. Go. Prosecutor.
Okay, I would like to bring some evidence. Oh my gosh, she turned to a duck. Okay. I have this evidence here. How do I... Do you see it? Used tissues. Used tissues. And what do you think
Why
those
did you put these on my table?
Why do you think those tissues were used? I'll tell you, they were not used for noses and boogers.
Reporter, what are tissues usually used for, other than noses? I'm unaware.
Well, you see, Judge, Your Honor, tissues are used for a variety of uses, including gooning.
Tissues are used for gooning. Interesting. Yes.
And you said that you partaked in looking at his big titties on chat.
I did not goon, sir. I looked respectfly. I did say
How
respectfully.
long did you look for?
I said 30 seconds. The respectful amount.
The bailiff. No, 30 seconds? That's just enough time to goon, bailiff, wouldn't you say?
I would say so.
The prosecutor's a little suspicious. Defense?
Yes. So for my first piece of evidence, I would like to present this recording of a secret meeting in a public park.
Ooh, okay.
Said secret meeting occurred with none other than, hold on, the prosecution.
Oh my God.
Oh,
and
no.
several other members of this court who shall not be named. And
Oh my God,
they
several
conspired.
others?
They conspired to put my client into prison because they think he's annoying.
So you're telling me Humongous caught Kimmy gooning in the park?
I was not gooning.
That's not what I said. That is not what I said. They're framing him for gooning.
Oh, they're
They
framing
were not
him for
gooning.
gooning. Ah, I see. How could you do that?
It wasn't.
Prosecution, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yes, I do actually. All right. So there was a secret meeting, and this meeting was actually online. The facts were not facting. This was online, and there were internet comments.
Ooh.
And the
Okay.
comments, they said he was gooning. They were
And
actually.
who were the comments?
The
What
comments.
were the comments specifically? I want quotes. I want quotes.
Okay. One quoted saying, I'm sorry, journalist, can you give me some evidence?
Journalist?
Wait, I was writing the previous evidence.
Oh, okay. Journalist, do you have the quotes? What were these internet comments on this internet you speak of?
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, these comments were discussing the usage of not only tissues, but graphic depictions of boobies.
Oh!
And how big were these graphic depictions of boobies?
Thank you, Bailiff. How big were these?
Ginormous. Ginormous, Your Honor. Ginormous.
One might say humongous.
Oh my goodness.
Humongous.
Oh, I worked out how to change people's volume.
Okay, well, what do you say about these internet comments?
Well, Your Honor, I would like to point out that any hypothetical gooning that these internet comments were based on happened before this instance that they're claiming occurred. So the timeline is we have hypothetical gooning, internet comments made, a secret meeting, and then the hypothetical gooning situation that the prosecution has brought as evidence, as completely fabricated evidence, might I add. So because the hypothetical gooning happened before the internet comments and the meeting, the conspirators still conspired to frame my client based on internet comments alone. And I would argue that we cannot prosecute somebody based on hearsay evidence. I think that's not fair.
Interesting. So you're saying these comments are not trustworthy, you would say?
I'm not saying they're not trustworthy, but I'm saying that specific situation warrants further investigation, because we can't know if he was slinging his slong before the internet comments, because we have no evidence of that. We have the supposed witness evidence of the prosecutor here.
Actually,
This has come to light after the conspiracy to get my client in legal trouble.
Okay, prosecution, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yes.
Where's this hard evidence?
okay, I actually have a witness.
Or is the only thing hard his schlong?
Can we bring in a witness, please?
Bring in the first witness. Let's hear it.
How do we bring in a witness?
There you go. I see a boss.
Yes,
What does this
that
boss have
is
for me?
Humongous's boss.
Oh my.
So, may I start questioning?
Go.
Okay, Mr. Boss, can you tell me in the past, has Humongous gooned in the past in the office, mayhaps?
Bailiff, the Mr. Boss can't speak for himself. Could you happen to speak for him?
I thought that we had the.
Magic 8 Ball.
Wait, does he have a magic 8-ball? Where is it? So what was the question? Was the witness gooning at work? Was that it?
I believe so.
Okay, magic
yes.
8-ball. Cannot predict now.
We
So
know
he
he the bathroom, but we never saw what came of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But isn't it normal for a man to take a washroom break? Especially a man of such a huge schlong?
Didn't the
small
defense say
schlong?
that his schlong was small?
Yes, but you said
Small
his
schlong
was
and small
sports.
bladder, so yes, frequent pee breaks.
Interesting. So what do you have to say for yourself, prosecution? What other
I-
questions will this boss illuminate for us?
I would also like to ask the boss, was he there when the comments were commenting? And can he confirm that the comments were commenting the comments?
Was the comments commenting the comments? Okay, was he there when the comments were commenting? Let's see, Magic 8 Ball, what do you say? He says no. He was not there. Oh, wow, your witness is looking very weak right now, prosecutor.
I have nothing more to say.
Nothing more to say? Okay.
Oh, breaking news!
So true.
Your case
So
is
is
looking
workplace
mighty
gooning
weak.
a very common thing in your workplace, Mr. Boss Man?
Let's hear him. Let's hear him. Okay. What is gooning common in the workplace? He says without a doubt.
Oh, we have
Without-
legs to stand on.
Without a doubt, there has been gooning in the workplace. But
What kind of
Prosecution-
evidence is being used to find that? Are you finding like tissue papers left on the ground?
how do you
I
know
actually
of this?
have some more evidence now that I'm looking here.
It's my turn to question the witness.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
just saying. Your turn is done.
Okay.
Goodness. Okay, I would like to ask the boss. So
Yeah.
we've heard in his last statement that without a doubt there is gooning taking place in the workplace.
100%.
Is there any occasion that you have witnessed Humongous, my client, doing gooning related behavior in the workplace?
Let's ask him. Have you, boss? What do you say for yourself? He cannot predict. He is unsure of this gooning.
See,
He doesn't
so I-
clear your client.
I'm questioning why this boss is rather than just saying no, is saying not. Maybe this is a no comment situation. Maybe he's not commenting, but we can't.
Well, tell me,
can't-
boss.
Maybe the
What?
boss is gooning with him.
Possibly.
Oh, okay. My question is, do you goon in the workplace, Mr. Bossman?
Do you goon in the workplace? He says, as I see it, he does.
Oh my
See,
god!
He
Without
goes
a
to the
doubt.
workplace.
I suggest we dismiss this witness based on.
This witness is gone. His
In
words are
foul
foul here.
Inappropriate
Get the
court
fuck outta
behavior.
here. How do you-
He's in contempt of court.
Get out of here. Contempt of court. This boss is unfit to be a witness in my court.
Okay, prosecution can probably do some evidence now, right?
Yes.
Evidence.
I have two pieces of evidence here. I have an old suitcase of Humongous's. Might hold secrets, as you see.
Okay.
And in there, I found free hug signs.
Oh, is he a person who would say, "Where's my hug at?"
Yes, exactly. And
So
with-
you're telling me this humongous is handing out free hug signs to every who's it, what's it?
Yes. And I think not to, assume, judge, but there's a lot of gooners in the Where's My Hug At crowd.
Oh, okay. I've heard of this myself. A journalist, Bailiff, what do you think? Has he given you free hug signs?
I don't like it. He has.
Oh, okay. And you, journalist?
I was not offered such a hug sign. I was not. I cannot say. I cannot say I was.
Oh, okay. Well, humongous.
This does provide some new evidence, though. Maybe he goes after the men.
Maybe you speaking about him gooning with the boss could be true. Could be. But the defense must speak. in his place. Go defense.
I would first like to point out that if my client enjoys gooning to men, then why were there tits in the
The
material that was
humongous tits.
supposed gooning fuel?
Yeah.
And I would also like to submit a piece of evidence that I believe makes this case open and shut. Here is a subway ticket. My client had taken the subway from... He was like to somewhere that's 3 hours away from his home and his computer on the night that such behavior is accused of happening. So it is. I think this is a firm argument that my client could not possibly have been doing on Discord.
Objection. He could have had a laptop. Objection.
This is true. He could have a laptop with data.
In light of this possibility, I have obtained a witness of an amateur detective.
Let's hear this. Let's hear this witness. Let's see what they have to say. Detective?
I hired this amateur detective as a private investigator to fully investigate my client Humongous. I like to do this with all my clients to make sure I'm not getting the runaround, right? I don't want to provide a defense something I don't think is true. So I had the amateur detective look around at Humongous' life. Amateur detective, does Humongous own any other computing device than his personal computer at home?
Other than his computer. Let's see. Detective, what do you have to say for this? Definitely. He definitely owns more things than his computer.
Detective, do any of these have a data connection?
Do any of them have a data connection? This isn't looking good, defense. Most likely.
He does have his cell phone. He can always just post it through the cell phone.
Detective,
not
did you
looking-
find did you find any anything suggesting that my client's character is that of somebody who might goon in public, on Main in public?
Gooning in main and public. Detective? She says it's decidedly so.
I think, Your Honor,
my God.
we have our answers here.
But
Do you
was
have
he
any
gooning to the
evidence to
big
support
titties, or
this?
was he gooning to something else? And those just happen to be up at the same time.
It seems like he's gooning to both titties and schlongs here. The detective is saying he's gooning everywhere now. So, what do you have to say for yourself?
Was he meeting someone
stand-
whenever he was out on that 3-hour away trip, Mr. Detective?
I stand by that there was a conspiracy to frame my client for gooning on this specific occasion. Whether or not my client goons on other occasions is not in question. The prosecution is guilty, according to me, of framing my client for gooning on this night on Discord Main.
But
And it could not have possibly happened.
you see, the bailiff asked an interesting question. Was he gooning on this 3-hour trip? And the detective said, better not tell you now. It seems like your Humongous is hiding something. Bailiff, shut this attorney up.
What?
Let's
You're
hear what you
under
have to say
arrest.
for prosecutor.
Your Honor, I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think the witnesses, especially the detective, has been very revealing about Humongous. I think this case is closed.
Objection!
Objection! Let's hear it!
Based on relevance, this court is here to convict my client, or not convict my client, as the case may be, based on the events of that night, which has already been, the validity of which has been called into question. Whether or not my client,
You goon!
on other
She's the one gooning on me.
Are you gooning on me?
No.
For shame.
Shame! You have one last chance to speak for yourself. Your witness threw the game so hard for you. Do you have nothing to say for yourself?
No, please hit the button for me. Just one second.
Let's hear it.
I have another piece of evidence. A little black notebook belonging to the detective, which has the prosecution's name and address in the back, because they were clearly conspiring together to frame my client.
Oh my god.
Prosecution,
Wait,
did you meet
prosecution.
him on that night?
Did you hire this detective?
did not hire
bribe
this
the detective,
detective.
paid them off.
Prosecution,
not.
why were you in the chat with Humongous to begin with?
That's a great question.
You were the one that
I
wanted
didn't
to
even
do
pretend
chat.
I said that.
Journalist, can we get a
I-
newspaper about this?
I think she could only write 3.
Oh, that's so sad.
We'll see. I'm writing.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What was that? Oh. I would like to say one thing. I've actually been stalked by Humongous this entire time. And the reason
This is gonna
I
be-
was in Maine was because I was there first, Your Honor. He followed me.
Do you have any evidence of you being in this main first before Humongous was?
Check the logs. Check the logs.
Check
That's
the
all I
logs?
have to say.
Okay, let's hear about it. You have 2 more
I-
pieces of evidence, but it's looking not good. Both of the witnesses have turned against you, but it seems the validity of both of the witnesses are put into question.
I do believe that the witnesses are in question, not least because the boss provides expired ketchup in the
Ooh.
break room kitchen,
That's unsafe work practice.
and I happened to buy this solid gold sports medal at an auction lately, which I was in fact stalking the prosecution to find out
Oh!
because I knew she would
Thank you, bailiff.
We cannot allow stalking in this courtroom.
I agree,
because I
bailiff.
knew she would try and pull something like this and try and bribe my witness, and she was selling the solid gold medal to afford to bribe the witness.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hear the final arguments, and then I'll grab the opinions from my important journalist and bailiff. Prosecution, you may start. You have a minute before I kick your ass out.
I would like to just say I am a witness personally, and he was there in Maine gooning, and he was looking at humongous titties, and he was schlinging his schlong, and he has been known to schling his schlong due to the witnesses we've seen here, and I think that is a case closed, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for your time. Attorney Eve?
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I don't think the bailiff likes you.
I've been hitting both of them.
That is
We
fair.
needed her to make her final statement.
Yes.
Let's hear it. Final statement.
My final statement. This case has been characterized by a meandering attempt at accusing my client from the prosecution. Many different subjects, not sticking to one case. 3 different crimes were mentioned: stalking, gooning in the past, and gooning in the present. And none of these have been effectively proven, in my opinion. So the case is based entirely on hearsay. The prosecution's witness testimony themselves must be discounted because they are biased from being the prosecution in this case. And I believe that they have a vendetta against my client. So I don't think we can safely convict my client on these charges.
Well, what if I told you that? Wait, let me give it back to you real quick. Hold up. Oh, my fucking scroll
She
wheel's not
flipped around.
working. What if I told you that this humongous also gave me a free hug card? What would you say to that?
My client is known to be a friendly person. Hugs do not count as sex, otherwise we'd all like gooning, otherwise we would all be arrested all the time, and also committing
Interesting.
incest.
Okay, last off, journalist, bailiff opinions before I set down my verdict.
I did not consent to a hug, and he gave me one anyway.
Interesting. Journalist?
I would like to bring up the fact that typically the free hug kinds of people are very awkward, very socially awkward. I consider it highly suspect that this awkward individual, humongous, would be a public gooner.
Oh. Well, I'll end it with this. When he gave me a hug, he touched my butt. Guilty!